Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Esther. If you're new here, thank you so much for lending me a Sunday evening. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back for the tea. It is so lovely to speak with all of you once again. I hope your Valentine Day was amazing, whether you spent it solo or you spent it with somebody special. I mean, let's be honest, that's all the pajama pictures, the good win. We're excited that it was a day. But hey, I also want to let you know that you're not alone in this. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. That's singlehood, that you're not alone in. Yeah. That, season of your life that it almost feels like there's pressure from both home, society, friends, Instagram reels, you just name it. I do hope by the end of this episode, you would leave knowing exactly how to own this single season, how to grow in it, how to thrive, instead of waiting for the one to magically appear and sort out all your problems. So grab a chair, sit down, relax, do your laundry, just get comfortable and let's dive in. So, the first one I'm going to be talking about is that being single is not just a waiting room. It is your time to do so much. It is literally the time where you get to discover who you are, what you want, and how you want to show up in life. So instead of thinking, oh, when I get into a relationship, or when I'm romantically involved, or when this man comes about, or when I finally have this woman to do this, da da da, think about what you can do right now to make this season count. So I'm gonna, just share some things you can do practically starting from today, right? So that my next year, hopefully, fingers crossed, we are doing your own pajamas. I don't get why pajamas is what it is, but anyways, let's get into it. First things first is setting boundaries that protect your peace. Being single is the perfect time to practice how to say no. Yeah, yeah. Not in a harsh way, but in a way that actually protects your peace, your time, your energy. I mean, it can be small, like you're invited for something, and this thing is not where you want to go. It does not excite you. You already can tell the stress from afar. Say no. It is a time where you can confidently say no because you have to let somebody else know that, oh, you value your time and you're not going to spend your time doing things that are not meaningful. It is so key and important because it also lets your friends or people around you know places that they can invite you to, kind of people that you would want to talk to. Because naturally, if you set boundaries in place, they know that if I bring this one to Esther, if I bring this one to Trauma, she's gonna meet me at the best of sofa. So let's not even do it, right? Because you are training yourself to enter future relationships. So now you already know things that are you already know places you should go to, you already know people you associate with. So you're not going into a relationship to discover that, and start being like, but do I even do this? Do I even do that? No. So first things first, set boundaries. Secondly, discover what truly makes you happy. I don't know if I said this in my last episode, but I was trying to say that some of us don't even know ourselves. And the beautiful thing about being single currently is that it is a blank canvas. It is your chance to really, really, really explore. Like what makes me excited, what gives me the ache. All these things like explore outside of anybody else's expectations because relationships come with expectations. In case you are not aware, your partner expects so much from you, and you, by extension, expect so much from them. So, this time, the time where you explore as much as you can, go on a trip, you know, learn a new hobby. It is not you being selfish. It is you basically learning how to love your own company so that your joy does not depend on somebody else showing up all the time. There's some people that don't know what to do when they're alone. It's so crazy. And what if you go into a relationship with somebody that is always constantly on the move? It kind of feel like you being alone all over again. And so what do you now do? So one thing I would tell you is to discover what actually keeps you excited and what does it, just put those in the bag, like just learn them and just stuff it. I'm like, okay, okay, noted, noted, noted. Another thing which I stand by, which I love, I feel like this is my favorite thing you can do while you're single, is building structure and your own routine. Does that need an explanation? Does it? Maybe. Now, this is the time to create habits that serve you. Once again, It's not selfishness, but you're creating things, creating systems, creating structures spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. For example, I recently started first of the day, like so diligently. That is because I want to be able to tell myself that it doesn't matter how busy my life gets. Because when you enter relationships, you're not thinking for two. When you get into marriage, you're thinking for two, three, four, five, depending on what the number is, right? I want to be able to have that routine that ensures that I study the Bible at least once a day. No matter how busy my day goes, no matter how hectic my life is, at least once a day. And I can only set up that structure now that I'm single because I don't have any expectation from anyone. I don't have to call somebody as early as 6 a.m. So if I'm not calling anybody, might as well talk to Daddy J. You get me? It is also a time for you to explore passion projects. Like some of you are sleeping on this season. Start sewing clothes. Start thinking how to make hair. Start barbing. Start a barbing shop. Enter into music. Yes. Learn a skill. Explore a passion project. It could be a simple health habit like, oh, I want to be walking every day. Shout out to a friend of mine who listened to the discipline episode and has been taking walks every single day. The girl inspires me. Shout out to you, darling. And then, it could be that, oh, I want to learn how to cook something, right? All I'm saying is that now is the time to structure your life intentionally because it is going to be so structured that even when you get into a relationship, you would know how to handle time in that relationship. And even when you're not in a relationship, you have already built something that makes your life meaningful. There's one thing me and my friends always say is that so that I don't wake up feeling purposeless. Like I want to have purpose. I want to have something that I'm doing. I want to be relevant. So this happens when you build structure and routine. It is also a time to process past hurts. That is something I would love for you to start practicing in this single season. Process past hurts. There's some people that are just carrying old heartbreaks. They haven't fully gotten closure for themselves. Now, this one is not closure of going to the auntie person, but what did I really do to you? No, closure of yourself. Yeah, there are some people that are carrying patterns of fear, patterns of doubt. There are some people that are carrying unchecked, hurts that from trauma and stuff like that. And these things, if left unchecked, can actually weigh you down. So this is a time for you to journal, a time for you to pray, a time for you to talk to somebody you can trust. I know there are therapy things that are happening online where you don't need to like schedule a session and go to the place physically. This is the time for you to ask yourself, are there things that I'm still holding on to that can actually tamper my relationships in the future? Are there people I need to forgive to move forward freely? Because this helps you to prevent patterns later. There are some people that you enter relationships and you notice that, oh, after month three, I start to get agitated and I want to get married, and this person is not saying something, so we end up breaking up. So you're always looking forward to month three in every relationships and waiting for the breakup. This is a pattern to check, right? Another thing is probably you're a person that if somebody touches you the wrong way, even when you are dating, or even in friendships, right? There's a way people could act in friendships and you're like, I don't like this thing, and you break off your friendship. Those are patterns to check because if you're able to process those things, you kind of go into a relationship almost whole, right? Because I do still believe that there are things you would still fix together in a relationship or in a marriage, right? But singlehood is a golden opportunity to process those hurts, process those trauma, process it all, and see how you can fix it with God physically and all of that. Another thing I would say is that the single season is not for you to be lonely. Invest in friendships, invest in community, invest in mentors, people that are challenging and inspiring you because this is another way that you kind of know who you are as a person, right? I kind of know the love that I like because of the friends that I have. Yes, I will boldly say it. Female friendship. I know the kind of energy that I welcome because if my friends could do it, darling, you have to come double correct. Do you understand? So this is a time to invest in a lot of good friendships, a lot of community. Just have intentional conversations with people, right? Because in the end, these things teach you about how to love, how to respect people, how to communicate. So you're even better prepared before a romantic relationship comes along. So all these things that happen in your life in this time that you're alone, it's not just passing by and waiting for when you're finally in a relationship. No, they are things that you should hold intentional to heart. Like it is teaching me who I am. So that when I come to you, I don't come to you as a woman. My friends are gonna get this gist. My friends are gonna get it. Right? Anyways, yeah, those are things that I would love to say. So if you would take one thing away today, let it be that this period of your life that you are single, be that you're doing in, it's not a gap in your life, it is a gift. And a lot of people see this, and it's not to patronize you. No, darling. It is a time to that you should focus on you, how you grow, how you heal, and how you thrive. Genuinely, it's a time where you tell yourself, what am I doing for me? Yeah, you get the past to be selfish, you get the past to be self-centered because we're not committed to anybody. So here is one small action you can take right now, like right now. Pick one of these things I've spoken about. Set boundaries, start building routines and structures. Me, I'm very particular about that one. Start looking inwards. Are there things I need to heal from? Are there things I need to break down, and just kind of sit down and have honest, raw, unfiltered conversations about build connections. Yeah, write down one step you can take today in that area and try it. No matter how small it is, just try it. When you start treating this season as an opportunity that it is to be a better you for whoever comes along the line, everything else falls in place. It's just like when you want to start a weight loss journey, there's a way you start to feel. You start to feel lighter, you start to feel better, you start to feel more fit, the clothes are now changing. That's kind of like how it is. When you are working towards something for an end goal, there's a way you just feel. Everything just feels like it is falling into place. So, own this season, grow in it, and trust me, this period of your life is shaping the best version of you. Yet, yeah, because better versions of you are coming. So, the best version of you yet. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are feeling inspired, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, share your reflections, or even process thoughts with me. Remember, this is the podcast that keeps building you. This episode is building you in your singlehood for your relationship, so you don't go around hurting people. Okay? Anyways, thank you so much. Catch you next time, and I love you all. Mwah. Keep building you.